Hello, everyone. For writing today and for the next few weeks, we're going to start our personal narrative unit. And a personal narrative is just a story about your own life. It's something that we generally are pretty good at talking about our own lives and sharing stories, and that's all a personal narrative is. So today I'm going to show you some personal narratives by a few people in the book Childtimes. Now, Childtimes is a three-generation memoir, and that means that this book is written by three people who were in the same family. Now, three generations would be like a daughter, a mother, and a grandmother. So one, two, three different generations. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of all three of them. This is Patty Frances Ridley Jones. She's one of the people in the generations. We also have Leslie Blanche Jones Little. And finally, Eloise Glynn Little Greenfield. And we read some books by Eloise Greenfield in school so far, so it'll be kind of interesting to see what she has to say about her own life. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading one of the personal narratives, and this one's by Patty Frances Ridley Jones. Now, as I'm reading it, I want you to think about what might it be like to write a personal narrative like this about your own life? Okay, so let's check out Patty Frances Ridley Jones and her personal narrative. It's been a good long time since my childhood. Yours is now. You're living your child time right this minute. But I've got to go way, way back to remember mine. Memory is a funny thing. You never know how it's going to act. A lot of things I saw and heard about when I was a girl, I can't call to mind at all now. My memory just skips right over them. Some other things I can almost remember, but when I try to catch hold of them, they get mixed up with something else or disappear. But then there are the things that keep coming back just as plain, just as clear. All right, so that's like her little introduction there. I'm going to read you one of her memoirs called Our House. And I want you to, again, think about what might it be like to write a personal narrative just like she is. All right, Our House. Papa built our house. It was shaped like a capital L lying down on its side. Well, no, to tell you the truth, it was more like three L's sandwiched together, the back porch, the front porch, and the house in the middle. It was made of wood mostly, but right at the corner of the front bedroom there was a big brick chimney that started on the ground and went way up taller than the house. We had three rooms and a hall and a kitchen. One of the front rooms was Mama and Papa's, and the other one, some pictures of the people, and the other one was my brother John's. We girls had the back room. I can remember that Papa painted one of the rooms blue, a soft kind of blue, but I can't for the life of me remember which room it was. The kitchen was the place where Mama and Papa liked to sit in the evening after Papa got off from work. I remember one time Papa came home with a piece of wood from my younger sister, Maddie. It was a short plank from the mill. Maddie was real little then, and he always brought her something, a stick of candy or some little something. And this time he brought her that plank. Well, Maddie was so happy. When Mama and Papa sat in the kitchen that night, she rested the ends of the plank on the rounds of her chair and then sat on it, and she just sat there looking back and forth from one to the other while they talked. I liked to be inside the house most of the time doing quiet kinds of things, reading, learning poems. I liked to play Sunday school with my little sisters when I could keep them still for long enough. They'd let me teach them Bible lessons for a little while, but not for long. First thing I'd know, they'd dash for the door, and there they'd be for the rest of the day, Mary, Maddie, and Leah, running and playing in the yard. We had a nice big backyard with all kinds of flowers that Mama had planted, just about every kind of flower you can think of, and then a fence that went all the way around the house. Outside the fence there was a ditch for the water to drain when it rained, and in our garden a big vegetable garden with collards and cucumbers and sweet potatoes and butter beans and all kinds of things. When Mary and Leah got to be pretty big girls, they planted 4 trees, elm trees, in our front yard. After a while, Mama cut 2 of them down, but the other 2 grew up so full and pretty. Our house is gone now. It's been gone right many years, but one of those trees is standing there yet. Okay. So, in this personal narrative, we find out about Patty Ridley Jones's house. She's not talking about her entire life as a child. She's just talking specifically about her house and the special things she remembers about the house, like the trees and the blue room and the garden. So think about if you were going to write about your house. Now, I've obviously never been to your house. Could you describe your house in a way similar to Patty Ridley Jones, in which someone who's never been there could kind of understand what it's like to be in your house? Give a minute. Now you're lucky because you're actually at your house, so you can really look around. Take a little tour of your house and see what are the things that are important to mention about your house. So that's going to be your job for writing today. You may write about your home. You can write about a memory, which is also sort of what Patty Ridley Jones did. Or you can write about anything else that interests you. Now, eventually, one of these personal narratives that we write is going to turn into a final copy that will hang up. It'll be beautiful and perfect. So if this is one that you would like to have turned into a final copy, then please bring it back to school. If you feel like it's just a good draft, you can leave it at home. Okay? All right, I can't wait to see what you write about.